Hi, freedom fighters. Basically, I'm here tonight to talk about why the court case that's been held at the court session Monday morning is so important for Scotland. The case basically has been brought by Craig Murray, and it's about the proscription of Palestine Action in Scotland. And you may ask yourself, why is that so important to us, given the fact that we are fighting for independence and Palestine's a long way away and it's not really got anything to do with us. But in this particular case, it's got a lot to do with us. In Scotland, we have a right to protest that's protected by the Claim of Right, which was one of the first statutes put through the English Parliament in 1707. It was 1689 it passed through the Parliament in Edinburgh. And it was the basis on which the treaty union was signed. So the thing is that right to protest has basically now been stopped by this proscription. But the thing is, it's like the English are putting something on us that basically that takes away rights that we already have here in Scotland. And it's been done for political purposes. To support a regime that is pretty unpopular in Scotland, although it's very popular with the Labour government, given most of them are Zionists. So anyway, why is there a difference here? Well, the English legal system is based pretty much on precedent. It's built on common law, whereas in Scotland we've got a sort of hybridised system that was based on Roman law and canon law, which came through from Europe in the years preceding the 1707 Union of Parliaments, assuming that actually ever happened, which is another story. But anyway, so we have a difference. There are differences between Scots and English law that are incompatible. Now, how we can actually see that is particularly in two cases that were brought by Joanna Cherry, who's going to be representing Craig Murray on Monday, that she won firstly in the Court of Session and then at the Supreme Court after the English High Court had ruled the other way in the Miller case, but then the Scottish Court overruled the High Court in England unanimously in the Supreme Court. Now, whether the Supreme Court ruled that way or not doesn't matter. The point is that the Scottish Court actually said, no, you were right. So you have a direct conflict between the Court of Session in Edinburgh and the High Court in London. And it had to be decided who was right. And guess what? We were. What this proves is that we have two systems that look at the same question, and both sets of law have got a different way of seeing it. So basically, what we're looking at here is we have an English Parliament, an English government, an English court system, an English judiciary. We're basically forcing something on Scotland that is against our rights that's based in the Claim of Right. They're basically saying, look, you can be arrested for terrorism for protesting. As you all know, in Scotland the people are sovereign, and in England, Parliament are sovereign. Well, at the end of the day, we're in Scotland, and that's why we have a Scottish legal system, to protect that sovereignty. And hopefully on Monday that's what's going to happen. Because the important bit about this is that once the Claim of Right has been accepted, at the moment if you talk about it, everybody goes, oh, it's a dusty old document that promotes disunity between Catholics and Protestants, and that's it. There's nothing important about it. If you look at that document and you look at the UN Declaration of Human Rights, there's a lot of it is rooted in Scotland's Claim of Right. So at the end of the day, these are things that they want to take away from us, and the reason that we should not allow it is because if we could get one case through, like the Scottish Court, which then of course is accepted as precedent by the English Court, the same way as the Cherry case was, the prorogation Cherry case, then we don't just introduce the Claim of Right part of it that gives you the right to protest. If they say they're going to use the claim of right becomes a live munition, and it's got hundreds of clauses in it. The things that we can do, we can stop the fish farming disaster that's causing a biological nightmare, an ecological nightmare on the west coast of Scotland. That can be stopped. Free ports can be stopped. The theft of our resources, we can demand fair payment for them instead of having to pay more than London because they're transporting it down here and sending it back to us mates pay. This can all come out of this court case, and it's a massive thing for the UK because it would make the claim of right possible to argue in any court in the country, and they would be terrified of that because they want us to just think it's forgotten and that nobody paying attention. Once people realise it's a live weapon, which I thought was designed to be, then that's a massive change. So that is why the British government are spending all this money to come up to stop Craig Murray taking this case to the Court of Session. And at the end of the day, it's been financed through supporters and things like that, but and the UK government have got a bottomless pit of money, our money, that they're basically stealing from us right, left and centre. That's why this case is so important. As I say, yeah, it's important for Palestine. It's that we do not support genocide. The British government obviously do. We do not support piracy in the North Seas. The British government obviously do. Sorry, in the North Atlantic. So our court system and our values are different from those down south of the border. And we need to be able to do something about it. That's what this court case has the possibility to do. And that's why we all need to go out and support Craig and his legal team, who are going to be standing up for Palestine, but are also going to be standing up for Scotland against England. John Cherry's already 2-0 up against the British government and the High Court. Let's make it 3 on Monday. I hope to see you there. If you can be, there's a chance that you could witness history of taking the power back to where it belongs.